The Indiana Fever's shocking 2025 transformation. Secrets, drama, and a title chase? Picture this. A WNBA team that was barely a blip on the radar a year ago now has the entire league on edge. The Indiana Fever are no longer just a feel-good story. They're a threat. With a superstar rookie, a squad of battle-tested veterans, and a coach who's rewriting the playbook, whispers are growing that 2025 could be their year. But behind the hype, there's drama, rumors, and a question no one can ignore. Are the Fever about to steal the crown, or is this all just smoke? Let's dive into the story that's got everyone talking. Caitlin Clark didn't just join the Fever in 2024, she set the franchise on fire. As the #1 draft pick, she shattered WNBA assist records, dropped 19 points a game, and turned Gainbridge Fieldhouse into a sold-out circus every night. Fans poured in, averaging over 17,000 per game, the most in the league. Clark wasn't just a player. She was a phenomenon, dragging the Fever to their first playoff berth since 2016. But not everyone was clapping. Some whispered she was too big for the locker room, a rookie who demanded too much spotlight. Social media buzzed with takes that Clark's arrival fractured team chemistry. Was one player really powerful enough to reshape an entire franchise, for better or worse? The answer wasn't what anyone expected. A single tweet nearly threw the Fever into chaos. Years ago, Brianna Turner, a new 2025 Fever signee, posted something that fans dug up, hinting she wasn't Team Clark. When Turner joined the roster, X lit up with predictions of locker room fireworks. Would this veteran clash with the Fever's golden child? Not quite. On day 1 of training camp, Turner and Clark were spotted at 6 a.m., trading corner threes and cracking jokes. By the end, Turner collapsed in laughter after missing 5 straight shots, calling Clark the engine of the team. Clark smirked back, "I prefer ignition switch." The so-called beef was dead on arrival, but it revealed something bigger. This team wasn't just talented. They were building a bond no one saw coming. And that bond was about to face a tougher test. Last season, Clark was a target. Opponents muscled her off screens, bumped her on drives, and dared her to fight through contact. By mid-2024, critics were piling on, saying she couldn't handle the WNBA's physicality. Clark didn't argue, she hit the gym. Over the offseason, she bulked up, grinding strength drills to hold her ground. Coach Stephanie White noticed immediately, saying Clark's now too strong to be knocked around. Early camp footage shows her slipping traps and firing passes through traffic, unfazed by bigger defenders. Fans are already buzzing. Could this tougher, sharper Clark dominate in 2025? The Fever didn't stop there. They brought in heavyweights to make sure no one touches their star again. Enter the veterans, a crew that doesn't just play basketball, they collect rings. Dewana Bonner, with 87 playoff games and 2 titles, struts into Indy like she owns the place. Natasha Howard, a 3-time champion, threads passes so precise they hum. Sophie Cunningham, fresh off calling Clark the baby goat, brings a glare that could freeze lava. And Sydney Colson, a 2-time champ, ditched Vegas for Indy, whispering to reporters she sees the same spark as her old Seattle squads that shocked the league. These aren't role players. They're closers, each with a chip on their shoulder and a resume that screams winner. Together, they're not just raising the Fever's ceiling, they're daring the young core to smash through it. But who's calling the shots behind this stacked lineup? Stephanie White isn't your average coach. She's a Fever legend, a former player who helped win the 2012 title as an assistant and took the team to the finals in 2015 as head coach. After turning Connecticut into a defensive powerhouse, she's back in Indy with a plan: make the Fever untouchable. Her practices are brutal. Think NBA-level intensity with zero room for sloppy passes. In one drill, she spiked the ball mid-play, barking, "Talk or we start over." Within hours, a clip of her rant, dubbed white noise, went viral on X. Her system is simple but ruthless: suffocate opponents with switches, force turnovers, and run. Aaliyah Boston, the Fever's all-star center, says it reminds her of her South Carolina title days. White's not just coaching, she's forging a dynasty. But not everyone's guaranteed a seat on this ride. With 15 players fighting for 12 roster spots, the Fever's training camp is a pressure cooker. Rookies like Michaela Timpson, Bella Egypt, and Jillian Allen are on flimsy camp deals, their dreams hanging by a thread. Timpson, with a 7-foot wingspan, turned heads by swatting Boston's shot in scrimmage, but one bad pass could send her packing. Egypt and Allen are hustling for every loose ball, knowing a single mistake might cost them their shot. Kelsey Mitchell and Lexi Hull, the veterans, dive for tie-ups, scraping knees but grinning, aware each play is a resume update. The gym feels like a coliseum, where every rep decides who stays and who's cut. And just when the tension couldn't get higher, an old controversy reared its head. Remember Kelsey Plum? In 2024, a moment between her and Clark during a game sent X into a frenzy. Some called it a dirty play. Others said it was just basketball. Fans picked sides, and the debate raged for weeks. Fast forward to March 2025, and Plum finally addressed it, saying vaguely, "Things get heated, but it's all love." Her non-answer only poured fuel on the fire, with fans speculating about bad blood. Clark stayed quiet, letting her game talk. In camp, she knifed through traps and hit no-look passes, as if to say, "I'm past it." But the internet isn't. Posts on X keep the story alive, with some claiming Plum's comments hint at deeper tension. Whatever the truth, it's clear the Fever are ready to move on, and they've got bigger goals in sight. So, are the Fever already built to win it all? The pieces are there: Clark's wizardry, Boston's paint dominance, Mitchell's scoring, and a veteran crew that's tasted champagne. Add White's defensive system, and you've got a team that forced 4 shot clock violations in one practice session, a stat that made rival coaches sweat. Sophie Cunningham's baby goat comment about Clark isn't just hype, it's a warning. With 41 of their 44 games on national TV in 2025, the Fever aren't sneaking up on anyone. But chemistry takes time, and with so many new faces, some wonder if they'll gel fast enough. Boston's ballet-trained footwork, Howard's silky mid-range, and Clark's new mid-range pull-up are turning heads, but the WNBA's giants, like the Liberty and Aces, won't roll over. If the Fever can fuse their star power with White's grit, they might not just make the playoffs, they could crash the finals. From a rookie who rewrote the record books to veterans chasing one last ring, the Indiana Fever are no longer the league's underdog. They're a powder keg, ready to explode. Clark's tougher, the roster's deeper, and White's got a blueprint that's already raising eyebrows. But here's the question that's got fans buzzing. Can this team, forged in rumors and fueled by ambition, really rewrite the WNBA's pecking order? Drop your take in the comments. Do you think the Fever are title-bound, or is it too soon? Smash that subscribe button and stay locked in, because Indy's about to make some serious noise.